I feel like I've forgotten something. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something? Right, how do we get out again? I'm going around here. Hopefully this is the right way. Yes, it is. Slow it down. Oh, shitting hell, what the fuck? Is this a one-way street? Oh fuck, I'm on the wrong side of the road. Holy shit! Holy fuck! Holy shit, Caroline! The cold is making my nose run. I know you do want to hear that. Shit. And just assume that there's going to be a car in the middle of the road. Oh, like that one, and cutting me up. And I thought I would do a vlog. So today I thought I would go to a village called Eyam, which is also known as the Plague Village. I thought it was very apt in today's time. Obviously the plague was a lot worse than our virus right now, but you know, obviously that's not the one we're battling with, so I thought we would go and have a look and see what it's all about. Okay, let's go. It's a little bit trickier tonight because of this wind. It's definitely quite forceful, especially because I don't have my screen up. The cold is making my nose run. I know you do want to hear that. Shit. Slow down, Caroline. Just assume that there's going to be a car in the middle of the road. Oh, like that one, and cutting me up. Or cutting the corner rather. I love Hope Valley. Great riding. Lots of twisty roads, some hills, and it's very green. Really cute towns too. There's a bump in the road somewhere that always gets me down here. Every time. It's very annoying. Very painful. Kidney shot. Okay, let's see if I can remember it this time. Oh, here it is. Oh, yes. I remembered to sit up. Woo. Okay, I'm just gonna let this. What's wrong? Oh. I've been riding with my pannier open. Always fun. Damn it. Oh well, not the first time I've done that. Probably won't be the last. Oh my god. But you know what? If you've got a car that's coming too close behind you, just open your pannier. They back right off. It's amazing. It's really good actually. So let me tell you a little bit about Eyam really while I'm riding these roads. So Eyam is called the Plague Village because of the Great Plague of 1665 and 1666. Oh, this is a great road to ride, by the way. There was the Great Plague of England, which affected London really majorly. And it's not the Black Plague. The Black Plague was a global pandemic, and which killed millions. And that was in the 14th century, so it was a lot earlier. And then the plague hung around and kept popping its head up over hundreds of years. And the Great Plague in the 1600s then arrived in London, and it was really bad. It killed about a quarter of London's population, about 100,000 at that time. I know that doesn't seem a lot now, but at that time. So how it got all the way up here to Eyam was that there was a tailor, and they ordered some cloth which arrived from London, and obviously had rats in it because the plague was carried by fleas from rats. And so the tailor got sick, and then everybody else got sick. And I mean, the plague was kind of horrific. I think the fatality with the fleas was about 75%, and then it also went from lung to lung, they call it, and I think that fatality rate was 95%. I read that somewhere. So it really was awful. And this little town of Eyam had about 450 people in it, I think something like that. And only 83 survived. 83 out of those. So less than a quarter survived. And like it would rip through whole families. But then, like, there's one family that I want to show you. The one woman, she had to bury her husband and 6 children in the space of a week. Ugh, see, it's a problem with cyclists. The plague was a nasty death. You know, you kind of coughed up blood, you had a fever, you were sick, and then you kind of you got sepsis, and you got all these blisters, and it was gross. Actually, you know this story, Ring a Ring a Rosies? So Ring a Ring a Rosies, the song, is about the plague, because they're thinking you used to get the sores, so like Ring a Rosies, and you had a rosy rash with a fever, or rosy cheeks with a fever, and then you carried Ring a Ring a Rosies, a pocket full of posies. So to stop the smell of the stench of the illness, they used to carry the posies, and also because they believed the flowers and herbs and stuff would keep away the disease. So that's why you see those masks, you know, with the doctors, they look like big bird masks, and they would put the herbs and the flowers and everything into the beak. But they look terrifying. Like, look at this ride. So why Eyam in particular was so special is because they got the plague, okay, and the vicar saw what was happening, and he thought, well, what would be terrible is if, you know, we're a small town, but what would be terrible is if the plague reached the bigger towns like Manchester and Sheffield and all that. So what he did, he asked everybody to quarantine themselves or self-isolate, and that's what they did. They locked the village off, and they were completely isolated during the plague. No one in or out, to protect everybody else. And as I said, they were kind of just doomed to accept whatever happened, which is sad, you know. And it must have been terrifying. It must be absolutely terrifying to watch the people. I mean, in the small villages, you would know each other really well as well, wouldn't you? You would have grown up together, and your parents would know each other. I mean, it would have been such a tight-knit community, and to just watch people one after the other just dying a horrific death. There is a town hall or a house or something that was built 6 years after the plague. They've still got the church. They've got a boundary stone, I'm not sure I can get to it, where they put oh, look at this is Stony Middleton. Actually, so there's a story, this is right by Eyam. There's a story, there was a boy who lived here in Stony Middleton, called Ronald, and there was a girl he was betrothed to who lived in Eyam, and they were madly in love, and they would meet up constantly because it's not far. They would walk up and meet. And her family, her dad and siblings, were one of the first victims of the plague. And then they would still meet up in the village. And then they decided to quarantine. They realised that that's not going to be safe for them to meet up in the village anymore. So they met up at this secret location, and they wouldn't. It said that they would just look at each other. They wouldn't even speak, because they didn't want anyone to know about their secret meeting, so they could still meet. One day she just stopped coming to meet him, and every day, so that was in April, and then every day he went to their meeting place in hope that she would be there every single day. And whoops, I've come up here by mistake. Do you know what? I don't think I'm allowed up here. Oh God, Caroline, who numpty. Oh, I am actually going off-road now. I don't actually think I'm allowed on here. I don't know if I'm allowed.